Welcome to day 3 of the Black Knight Inspiration Challenge. Wanted to just say really great on getting the feedback and questions coming in. I got some images of Antarctic icebergs and some feedback of people who had some good journeys into down into the iceberg. So it's great. But your journey is your own unique experience. So don't feel, I know men, we like to compete. But it's your own unique journey. It is whatever it is. So just allow it to be. We're only on day 3 of 21 days, so there's a long enough journey ahead of you. So what I wanted to say is in the background what I'm doing. So I'm organizing the sessions as a journey arc. Okay, so that you've got I build a Black Knight like a tree. So I build the roots first. Strong roots. So that's why today, we're looking at the root systems, the unconscious. Make sure that you've got a really solid set of roots. And tomorrow I'm going to be dealing with confidence. Again, confidence, your roots, strong roots. I'll then move on to the trunk, making sure that your trunk is straight and you're in your center, it's strong trunk, and then you can blossom. Okay, so in the background, there's a journey arc to these 21 sessions. So just to be aware of that in the background. Today's session is about the dark night, okay? And it's the dark, K-N-I-G-H-T. And it really means, in order for you to be a Black Knight, you have to be complete. You have to be whole. And to be whole, you have to embody and embrace your light side and your dark side. Okay, the dark night. You have to embrace the dark night in you. So what does that mean? Well, when you're tiny, okay, and I'm talking between the age of 0 and 5 years, you're really intelligent, super intelligent. And so what you do to survive, to get love, to get validation, is you work out in your environment with situations and people, you work out, this is good, this, not that. Okay, so not that, okay, I don't want that, gets put into what one psychologist said, into a bag behind you. You put it into a bag behind you, like you repress it, not that. I want to be this, I want these things, not those things. So you push those things out of the way. Then you go into school, the teacher's saying, these things are good, these things aren't good. You go, okay, so this, not that, not those. And you put more things into your bag behind, and that becomes your shadow, and that is your dark night. You're building your dark night behind you of the things that you do not want in your life or in your psyche. You just push them away. Then you want to fit in with your friends. Very important when you're young, you want to fit in with a group of friends, and you go, okay, well, to fit in with the friends, I need to be this, not that. I can't be that. And that could be, I can't be my individual self. I can't be what I want to be as me. I need to fit in with the group. So this, not that. And then that goes into your bag as well. So your bag is beginning to build contents. Your dark night's beginning to build form, structure. Then it might be about girlfriends, and you go, okay, in order to get a girl, I need to be this, not that. And then some more goes into your bag. If you go to work, you say in work, I need to perform a certain way, so I need to perform this way, not that. So again, you put all that contents into your bag. So you begin to drag this bag through your life. There's a lot of contents that's built up. And if you think of the reason why you began to put all this stuff in your bag is you didn't feel good enough, as your natural self. You felt, no, I have to be this, not that. So it's a real good enough piece of work that you're putting together, based on guilt or shame or whatever. It's a very simple kind of feeling within you. I'm just not good enough as a tiny child. So I'll put these things and I'll be this, and I'll put the other things, not good enough, all in my bag, in my bag, and I'll drag it behind me. And each time we meet the next situation, okay, this, no, 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 not this. And all that goes into your bag, and you're dragging it along. And it's all, so where does that go? We think that's fine. It's okay, it's heavy. I'm dragging this bag along, but where does it go? And what happens is that this is you, and you have this bag behind you, okay, which you're dragging, and that's your shadow. That's your dark night. You're dragging him behind you, and you've added contents into it all along. What happens is, in the world, that doesn't stay behind you in the bag. It actually gets, if you think of it like a projector behind you, it gets projected out into the world, and you see all these things that you didn't want to see in people or in groups, all in the world around you. So it doesn't go away. The shadow is like behind your head, gets projected out into the world. And so the dynamics of this is quite interesting, because in psychological terms, when the things that we put in our bag, the contents of the dark night, if they are things when we were tiny that were like really uncomfortable, we didn't want those, we actually project those out onto what's called a second person. So we push those out onto a he or a she. He's controlling. You know, she is something. So it's a second person projection out onto very uncomfortable things. We just don't want them. Push them out onto he or she. I'm not that. I'm this good person. I'm this whatever. But he or she is, and we see them around all the time. We change jobs, change schools. We still see these characters in our life. If what we have inside our bag in the dark night is really bad, like we feel this is really sticky, evilly bad about ourselves, we actually can't even push it to a he or she. We push it right out. We go, no. Third person, they are evil. Those people, that country, they are this. They are obnoxious. They're horrendous. They're evil. So we actually project the shadow contents out. We can't even take it close to us like a he or she. So it's incredible to me to understand that psychological dynamics like this is understood. It's really understood that we have this, and we project it out in a very detailed way. So, and it's all about feeling not good enough. So, like if you take my own example, you know, I was in IT, and I started, you know, way back in IT, 1980, and I could actually, because IT was straightforward and it was only beginning, I could understand quite a lot about, you know, full systems. But over time, each individual area, like cabling got very technical. Software got very technical. You know, the internet came along. All these individual areas that were simple to start off with individually became very, very technical. I couldn't keep on top of the technical aspects, and so I always felt like I'm going to be found out. I'm going to be that I don't know everything, and of course I couldn't know everything, because my expertise wasn't about knowing all the technical details. My actual expertise is in systems and interconnectedness. So, but I was doing this work, psychological work, at the time. So, as these systems became really complicated, and so I could understand that actually it had nothing to do with IT. It was more about my self-worth. In my bag behind me, I hadn't dealt with the self-worth issues. I hadn't brought them into my consciousness. They were in my unconscious, in the shadow, the 95%, but I hadn't brought them into my conscious. So that's what the universe was saying. The universe was going, this thing is getting very technical, IT, and you need to look at your self-worth, because, you know, so it brings it up for healing. It brings it up to be addressed, to be made conscious, to be brought into the light. So thankfully I had the exercise, I had the work that I could do and understand that actually my self-worth has nothing to do with the details of these systems. My self-worth is in my field of expertise, which is in overall systems, and it's about interconnectedness, which actually I've carried out of IT and into psychology and consciousness. It's the same, that's me. That's what I do, linking all the complexity together and making it simple, and making the links and connectedness to everything, making all those things simple. I still have that. So this is really important for a Black Knight, is to embrace the dark, embrace the contents of your shadow, all the things that because you're going to be looking around going, oh, something's going to jump up that is, I didn't realize that about me. You're always going to be a little bit, wobbly, not on solid ground. And this point in the 21 days, we're talking about roots. We're talking about making sure that you've got really strong roots, which is really strong self-worth. And so, having something in the shadow and the dark night that haven't totally embraced, because you need to be dark and light and be happy with it all. Be happy that, hey, I'm not perfect, but I'm complete. I am whole. I know my dark, I know my light, and it's okay. Everything's okay here. So yeah, you just understand the totality of who you are. That's really important. So I'm going to be giving you some journaling prompts to be able to discover your dark night, and you can work through that as the action from today, day 3. So really great. Get to day 3, and looking forward to more emails and more feedback from you. And I'll also again see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.